All right, guys, you guys ready for a little No Fence Riders Cavs mid-season edition?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. None of these are unanimous, by the way. None of these are unanimous. We have a 6-pack of questions. As you guys know, No Fence Riders, it's a yes or no answer. No middling. It's definitive. And let's get to it. First question. Will the Cavs make any type of move, any type, before the NBA trade deadline at 3 p.m. this afternoon? Bull and Jay said yes. The rest of us said no. Jay's not here, so Bull, tell us why you think the Cavs make a move.
I'm changing my. I assumed they would do something minor on the back end. Because you want as many good depth pieces as possible in case there's some injuries in the playoffs. So I assume they do something to improve their 11th, 12th player, whatever it is, to have a good veteran in those last spots. But Jason made the point before the show that he thinks they're more likely to do that in the buyout market. So because after he talked to me about that, I'll change my mind. But
you could go get a big on the buyout market, possibly. And I don't have names because we don't know who these guys are going to be yet. You could find a back. I think a backup point guard is actually a position of need.
Right.
Because I haven't had one all year.
Well, what about a third center in case of injury?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, you might need one. You need two because the other one is, what's he on? Horse what? What y'all call it?
Horse vitamins?
Yeah, he on horse vitamins.
Well, do you guys want a couple potential buyout candidates?
That's sad.
Actually,
who you got?
I found an article yesterday. Someone sent it to me. This is from Spotrac. So Keith Smith. Are you familiar with Keith? Jason?
Never heard of it.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, these are just potential buyout guys to keep an eye on. Andre Drummond.
He was here. Yeah, I want to say that's not happening again.
Well, I shouldn't say that, but I would be surprised.
Who?
Yeah.
Evan Fournier.
We just talked about him.
I wouldn't actually mind that very much.
He's a point guard, right?
Yeah.
Combo guard. Joe Harris.
Great shooter.
What happened to that guy? Why is he not playing? He's not playing?
Fell off.
Great shooter.
Right? Lost the shot.
He's had some injury problems in his career.
How is he? He's not playing a lot this year, is he? Mike?
Joe Harris is not playing a lot this year, no.
I couldn't even tell you where
he's on the Pistons.
He's on the Pistons?
He's on the I thought he was still on the Nets.
That's got to be miserable to be a veteran on the Pistons.
I would take Joe Harris back at a second.
Yeah, why not?
Couple more names. Kyle Lowry for your veteran backup point guard.
How old
Jason,
is he?
Championship experience.
I mean,
37.
He's fine for a backup point guard.
Well, that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about guys who are not going to play much.
Right now, Donovan is your backup point guard right now, really. I mean, with Darius.
Isn't he their point guard, technically?
Well,
in a way?
But Craig Porter Jr., as great as he's been, he's not going to play playoff minutes for you. And maybe none of these guys that we're talking about will. But if really what you need is someone possibly for like end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter. Like the 4-minute stretch, end of the first quarter, end of the second quarter.
Kyle Lowry's perfect.
He'd be fine for that. He'd be fine for
Playing 8 minutes a game?
Yeah.
That's stealing. That'd be stealing.
Yeah, I'd be okay
just
with
two
Kyle
more
Lowry.
names real quick. Patty Mills, another veteran point guard who has championship experience. And a guy with maybe the most upside of all the candidates. Always hurt. Never know what you're getting with him. But Victor Oladipo, who's another combo guard.
That guy was an all-star, and then he's barely played since then.
Because he got
Can't
hurt.
stay healthy.
Yeah, he gets hurt.
I mean, again,
you know what? I would actually circle that one because Dan loved him coming out of the draft.
Victor
really?
Oladipo?
Yeah. Dan loved Oladipo.
I'd take Victor
he's still,
Oladipo.
when he's been healthy lately, he's been serviceable, right?
For what his role is, yeah.
Didn't he just get traded?
Can't rely on him, but
He didn't get. Where is
I feel
he?
like he's been on a million teams the last few years.
yes.
Is he with the Rockets right now?
He was with Miami.
He got traded for Terry Rose. No. Where? Yeah, he got traded for Terry
Where
Rozier,
in the world is Victor Oladipo?
Is he in Charlotte now?
He's on the Grizzlies right now.
Oh.
You named about 8 teams, and you didn't get the one he was on.
All right, next Fence Rider question, number 2. This is a simple one. It was a 4-3 split.
Yeah.
Are the Cavs one of the 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference right now? Bull, Tyvis, myself, and Earl all said yes. Jason, G, and J not buying.
See, let me tell you why they're wrong.
Because they're going to say the Bucks.
Well, but here's the thing. The question says
right now.
Right now.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And they've won 17 of 18.
15 of 16.
15 of 16.
Yeah, I know, but I still put Milwaukee and Boston above
Certainly
the
Boston,
Cavs.
yeah.
And Milwaukee, I think, is going to be just fine come the playoffs. I said earlier today, I think I kind of view the Bucks
1-4 in the last 5.
Yeah, but I kind of view the Bucks as sort of the Chiefs, where we kept saying all year, "What's the matter?"
Yeah,
with them?
no, it'd
And
be
then they go
stupid to
Super
count the
Bowl.
Bucks out.
I mean,
And-
they got literally the best player of all time.
All right, whatever. But a Giannis Dame combo in the playoffs, like they're going to have trouble guarding teams. And Mike isn't as high on the Bucks as I am.
Why? They
Because
can't guard a lick.
They can't stop anyone. That's right.
But the Bucks are a better matchup in the playoffs for the Cavs than the Celtics, right?
Yes.
So
That
Don't
sounds
the Cel-
crazy to say, but
So-
I would agree with that.
right now it feels like it's between the Cavs. We'll see. I mean, the Bucks too, but I think we're all assuming that in the end the Bucks will finish as the 2 seed. Maybe I'm wrong, but it would be huge for the Cavs to be the 2 or even the 3 versus being the 4.
2 is more important. 2 is huge.
Yeah.
2 gets you a play-in team
Right.
rather than
Right.
the 6th seed.
And home field,
And
home court in the
court.
second round.
Now, the one thing, the one wild card, I think we mentioned this the other day.
Miami.
Well, I was thinking, say Philly.
Oh,
If
I guess
Embiid
either
comes
of
back,
those
because
two
they're
teams
gonna
take
they're gonna
credit.
go down the tubes now,
Philly's
right?
going to slide.
Yeah.
Philly's going to slide a little bit.
They're done.
The worst thing the Cavs, I won't say worse.
Well, if
It
not,
would
if
be-
Embiid's not back,
No, he'll be back for the playoffs.
you sure?
Yeah, I think he will be. And if
We got to play the
if
Knicks
you have to
again.
catch Philly in the
Oh,
first round,
that would suck.
That would be a bear of a matchup in the first round.
Will they drop all? Could they drop all the way to? Well,
the
it depends where the Cavs end
Yeah,
up.
the Cavs are only a game out of 4.
Yeah, right.
Like all those teams are real
Yeah,
tied in together.
The
you know-
Knicks is that close to?
Oh, they're
oh, the Knicks are right there.
Yeah,
Knicks,
they're all bunched
Knicks
up.
are the hottest team in the league besides the Cavs.
And by the way, so Philadelphia is in 5th right now. They're 8.5 games back, 3.5 of the Cavs. They're only 2 games ahead of the Pacers for 6 and 3 games ahead of the Heat for 7. So that's all a jambalaya.
I mean, they could
Philly
easily
could fall into the play-in.
They've been terrible without Embiid this
Yeah,
year.
Philly could easily fall into the play-in.
Yeah.
But if they have Embiid, I like their odds of getting out of the play-in.
The play-in, the 2 does the lowest seeded team play the 1 no matter what
no,
seed
so
it is?
7 plays 10, or 7 plays 8. Winner of that gets the 7 seed.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
and
about
then
that.
the loser plays the winner of 9 versus 10.
So, in theory, if the Cavs ended the 2 seed,
Can play Philly in the first round.
you got to hope that Philly drops all the way to 9.
And I'm scared of. Listen, they could beat Miami, but Miami's got some sort of wonky.
Yeah, well, they
magic.
got the
I would
best
not feel
coach.
comfortable
Yep.
having to play I would pick the Cavs. I'm just saying they got some sort of voodoo
Is
magic.
Spoelstra the best coach in the NBA
This is,
right now?
I think he is.
This is sad that we sitting here and trying to duck and dodge teams.
No, that's all right.
That's sad.
By the
No,
way,
I'm not ducking and dodging. I'm just saying.
We're just circling the.
Well,
we're
if-
by the way,
but,
Mike-
but the question was, are they one of the best 2 seasons? If we got to sit here and
I
talk
said
about
yes.
ducking and dodging, how can we
No,
say
you're
yes.
fair.
Yes.
You're fair. No, listen.
That's why I said no.
You're right. You're right.
I should be saying,
Good
we
point.
should all be
It's
saying
it's
no.
a fair point. But it's right now. It's not who's going to be the best team at the
Well,
end of
right
the year.
now, I
It's
still think Milwaukee's better.
By the way, Thibodeau deserves credit
Yeah, you see
because
that?
they're winning with a bunch of injuries too.
Yeah. He's a great coach. Tibbs is a great
But
coach.
he always wears out his welcome eventually,
he
right?
grinds his guys into dust.
Well.
He burns hot and fast.
Well.
He'll be gone in a couple of years.
They're
more
a
than
big
likely.
team.
That's why they
They
were
are
such a
very
problem
big.
for the Cavs
Yeah.
last year.
All right, next one.
But the
This
Cavs
one-
are a better team. And one last thing, real
Who
quick.
did they play?
All right, well, I'll do it later. Go ahead, Mike.
Who did
Before we
they
go to the
play
next
after
one,
they played us, the Knicks.
The Bucks,
they
right?
lost to the
oh,
Heat.
the Heat.
They lost to the Heat.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
Once again, I said they're top 2 teams. I'm not scared of anybody. I think the
Yeah.
Cavs could win. I'm just saying, in a perfect world, you'd much rather not face those teams in a playoff scenario.
Yeah, in a perfect
Question
world, you're
number
playing
3.
Indiana in the first round.
You would love to play Indiana in the first round. Question number 3. Will Evan Mobley attempt 75 three-pointers by the end of the season? I did the math for you guys. There's 33 games left. That is 2.3 threes per game. Will he attempt 75 by the end of the regular season? Myself and Jason said yes. The rest of y'all said
I
no.
hope you guys are right.
I mean, I was guilted into this. I had to.
Out guilty.
I'm the one saying I want him to shoot 100.
I do too, but
I
you
would
know.
love for him to, but I think it's going to be nice where he don't shoot a 3 at all.
I mean,
that's
after last night, I feel a little bit better about because
But
I
he still only took
two.
two.
I know. And
Yeah, you
so,
said he need to shoot 3, right?
Oh, he took 3. Oh, no,
he
two.
took two.
Yeah,
He
two,
Took two.
and 3
He needs
points.
to shoot 2.3 to average out to exactly.
Right, he's only
5.
shot more than 2, I think, twice this year.
But I do
Yes.
think as they go in more, they're going to start going up more too.
Probably right.
So this is the one I feel least comfortable about. But after the last week and a half I've had of saying Evan Mobley needs to shoot more threes, I can't come out here and say no, he's not going to get to 75 when I've been advocating for 100. So I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I feel least confident in this, but
Okay.
The good thing about shooters, and that's going to lead us to our next question, but when you start making shots, it seems like you get more shots. Your teammates are more willing to pass and make an extra pass. If Evan Mobley wasn't comfortable shooting and Donovan Mitchell has a decent look, him taking a decent look over passing to an Evan Mobley who's not going to shoot that kind of falls out of what you can do. If Mobley's confident stepping up and shooting it, the ball's going to find him open on the perimeter.
That's a good point.
Now it's up to him to shoot with confidence, step into the shots, know you're going to make them. And if he does that, 2.3 per game, in my opinion, is not crazy for the amount of opportunities he should be able to get. So.
Mike answering that question just like a point guard would. He's thinking like a point guard.
Right.
Go ahead, Mike.
Next up, I want to tell you guys, before we bring this up, Steve, don't take this. This was a 4-3 split. I'm actually mad at the 3 people who said no. Just telling you, I'm actually mad at the 3 people who said no because it's a disrespectful answer.
Did I
the
say
question is, will Sam Merrill finish the season shooting 40% or better from 3?
Oh, I think.
And I'm just to tell y'all right now, Jason, Bull, and Jay all said no, and I am actually mad at you guys. That is insulting to the world's single second best shooter in the history of the universe right now.
behind
Why would y'all think that
Behind
he
Evan
wouldn't?
Mobley.
Well, he's shooting
I
what?
think you say behind you.
No, I can never shoot.
And he's
as
shooting
well
like
as Sam Merrill.
44%.
He's shooting 44%.
That's a
44
really high
right now.
clip to keep up.
Here's why I thought
He ain't gonna shoot. He ain't gonna keep shooting it like
Here's
that.
what I thought. He's playing less. He's going to get less shots. He's going to be in rhythm less, and he's not going to make as many. You look at his field 3-point percentage the last 2 years when he didn't shoot much. He was terrible.
I said for the exact opposite. I said he ain't gonna play a lot when he get in.
It'll be
there.
hard for it to drop that much.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, yesterday he was what, 1 of 3, I think.
1 of 3 yesterday, correct.
It's gonna be really hard. That's like trying to bat 400 in baseball all year
gonna
long.
shoot
it's
2.
really hard to keep it.
he
at
gonna
that high of
shoot
a
2 and go
percentage.
50%.
It's
for the rest
way
of the
harder
year.
to bat 400 in baseball than hit 40%
When's the last
on
time?
three-point.
When's the last time somebody? Well, I mean, Steph. Yeah,
so-
yeah,
Shot
you're right.
40% from 3?
How many
right.
people have hit 40% from 3 in the last 10 years?
A lot. You guys are out of your mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
but I'm,
Let 'em know,
I mean
McNuggets.
for him, a guy of his caliber,
All right,
to shoot at 40%.
All right, right now, there are 45 players shooting 40% from 3 in the NBA.
Oh, my
Sam,
God.
but
You know who leads the I'll read you the top couple. Grayson Allen leads the NBA in three-point percentage. He's shooting 5 threes per game. He's shooting 49%.
Malik Beasley.
Aaron Nesmith, second in the NBA in
Yeah.
threes. He's shooting 46%.
By the way, isn't that a sign that it's time to move the three-point line back?
No.
All right, here, let me just read you the
I think
quote.
they should take out the corner 3.
That I'm more in favor
Yes.
of. Let me read you guys, of the 40 players who are shooting over 40% from 3 on at least 3 attempts per game. So we're taking out the guys who are shooting 1. We'll run through this real quick because we got a little bit of time. I'm taking out the stars. So like Durant's on this, Kawhi. These are just non-stars. Grayson Allen, Aaron Nesmith, Malik Beasley, Luke Kennard, Norman Powell, Sam Merrill, Doug McDermott, Lonnie Walker, Marcus Sasser, Gary Trent, Isaiah Joe, Cason Wallace, Dante DiVincenzo, D'Angelo Russell, Sam Hauser, Naz Reid, Dario Saric, Emmanuel Quickley, Trey Lyles, Josh Green, Jamal Murray, Alex Caruso, Jeremy
This is all
Grant, Derek
40%.
White, Aaron Holiday, Alec Burks.
These are all the just the
Jones.
non-stars.
Those are
There's like 6
non-stars.
guys there I never heard of.
Yeah.
For him to do it, though, I think it's going to be really hard to stay at that level. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think I'm going to flip-flop. I didn't realize it was so easy to hit 40% for these guys.
I'm telling you.
I'm flip-flopping again.
He's at 44 right now.
He's at 44. He's
So he's
currently
gonna have to
9th in the
shoot.
NBA.
He's going to have to shoot probably because he's going to shoot less. He's going to have to shoot like 33% the rest of the year to be under 40.
He's going to have to keep shooting at a really high clip to stay in the rotation, or he's out.
That's true.
Which is also why if he falls out of the rotation and he's over 40%, then.
Then he's just going to stay there probably. He's not going to
Oh,
only
that's
play
true.
garbage time.
That's
But
true.
also, Sam Merrill is a flamethrower. Like Sam Merrill, I mean, he wakes up and shoots 50% from 3. Sam Merrill backwards shoots 50% from 3. Sam Merrill with his left hand shoots 50%
so
from
far, he's got a.
He's getting some CWP right now, Mike. Let's be honest.
What's CWP?
Come on.
Something white
C-
people.
I'm sorry. I meant CWH.
Yes, I was going to say, CWP makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
CWA.
Crazy white hype.
No.
He just said, man, I just wish I could have played like Sam.
Why do you always have to make it about race? I'm joking.
It's always.
Shut up.
All right, next one.
Go ahead.
So Earl the Pearl is not sitting next to us. He leaves a little early on Thursdays because he goes to therapy at 1 o'clock and then comes back, does a show. So he's not sitting here, but this was a question because something Earl said earlier on the show got caught up in the Cavs Twitter sphere, and I was hoping he was here to defend himself, but he's not. Number 5. Will Darius Garland be a staple in the Cavs' crunch time lineup by the end of the season? On Monday, Earl said no, but he's changed his answer. The only one that says no now is Jay because he's not here. Oh, no. Anthony, you screwed that one up royally.
Yeah.
Absolutely royally. Only person who said no on this answer is Jay. Anthony totally botched the graphic here. Anthony, terrible job out of you.
Anthony's got sick brain.
So the real answer, ignore what the graphic
Yeah.
says. Everyone said yes, but Jay didn't answer, so I put him in the no
Jay's
category.
prisoner of the moment.
Jay didn't answer, so Mike put him in a no.
Oh, he didn't answer?
Jay did not answer, so I put him in the no.
That's
Yeah.
great.
He skipped that one.
Oh, okay. I mean, he was in the closing lineup yesterday.
He better be in the closing lineup.
Of course he will be.
Darius is definitely going to be. Like, you don't really have a choice. Who else is the other? What's your
The
other
people that
option?
say Jay probably would have said no because Jay and Earl are the two most prisoner of the moment guys on this show. G is kind of also. He's prisoner of the moment also. But the three of us are the least prisoner of the moment people. And so we all said yes because we know that he's one of their best players. So, of course, he's going to be in the lineup down the stretch.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out who you putting in there outside of him.
Yeah, no. Nobody.
I mean, their best 5 right now does not include him, but that doesn't
Right.
matter.
Yeah.
But
he
it's
was
better by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's when it matters. All right, Mike, next.
All right, last one. And this one, it was not unanimous. Anthony got this right. I double-checked. So, Anthony, bad job last time, good job this time. And I'm going to ask the second part of this question. So, the question is, will a Cavalier not named Donovan Mitchell score at least 35 points in a game before the end of the regular season? Jason, G, Tyvis, myself, and Earl said yes. Bull and Jay said no. So, Bull, tell us why no first. For the yesers, including myself, let's talk about who we think will be the player to score more than 37 points.
Well,
But Bull, you're up first.
So, my thought is that even though scoring is obviously way up and there's a lot of great players scoring more points than ever, 35 for most players is still not easy. It's not common. The only person I thought had a chance to do it would be Darius Garland. And how many times has Darius Garland scored 35 in his career?
I'll look it up one sec.
I mean, what would be your guess, Jason? How many times?
Quite a few times.
Quite a
That's
few?
who you picked to do it?
No, I'm saying nobody. I don't think he'll score 35.
Are you saying he's the only person that you think could do
Yeah, I
it?
mean, is Mobley going to score 35?
Oh, it's
I think
Karis
it's unlikely.
LeVert. He always do it once a year.
He could get hot.
I
LeVert had
Karis going to do it once a year.
the way the Cavs are playing, they're moving the ball around and being unselfish.
Yeah.
Donovan, who's clearly the best player, is the biggest volume shooter on the team. Everybody else, and even Donovan, is moving the ball. They're a more balanced team than ever.
assists. Donovan is
What's that?
averaging a career high in assists.
Exactly. So I just look at them as a more balanced team, and there's less chucking going on than there was in the past. And so I don't think anybody else is likely to do it. What do you think?
Darius, I think he's going to have a breakout. At some point, he's going to have a breakout game.
Yeah.
He has
Dar-
6 in his career, by the way.
Darius or
So Darius only has
Karis
6.
LeVert.
That's not a ton.
How many years has he been in the league? 3? 4?
But it's not like it's a sure thing.
No,
I mean,
but I
yeah.
think he's going to have a breakout game.
But he could score 29, and that's a breakout game, right?
Yep. So I guess he better get 6 more.
Tyvis, who you got? Darius
Darius or
LeVert?
Karis LeVert. Those are the
LeVert?
two.
Mike, who you got?
I think LeVert has a very – I mean, he's the hottest. When he makes a couple shots, he's going to go for 50. Like, he's going to go for 50, but he's looking and playing like he can score 50. Garland only has to make a couple threes. Niang got close. He had 34 in a game this year. Jason and I were at the Bucks game when he
Career high for
didn't
him.
miss a game. Max Strus could get red hot. Sam Merrill could make 12 threes in a
last
game.
night.
I mean, there are chances. Evan Mobley,
Sam Merrill?
if he goes 12 for 13 from 3, then yeah,
Mike's
there's
in
a
love.
chance.
Come on
But,
now,
I
I
Mike.
mean, Evan Mobley, if he keeps shooting threes, he had 22 on not 10 shots. He had 28 against
That's
San
a big
Antonio.
jump from 22
Not
to
completely out of the
35.
realm.
And
Jared
you said
Allen has a
over
chance.
35, so that means they got to score 36.
That is true. My best bet is not Mitchell. Darius Garland, excuse me. I'd put
All right.
second on Karis LeVert. And third, Max Strus is due to have a game where he makes 9, 10 threes. I'm serious. He's coming
What's
out of
Max
his struggle.
Strus's career high in points?
Max Strus? He's had a couple big games.
Yeah, I don't know. off the top
Didn't
of my head.
Donka hit
Pedonka? Who?
I meant to say Luka Doncic, and I said Donka.
Levert's career high is 32. Not Levert. Strus.
I
Career
was
high
I
is
was about to
32.
say, no.
So you're saying Strus, he's never done it his whole career. Now he's going to do it?
I ain't
Let's make it one more three.
I
Career
wouldn't
high
put
for a
him.
reason.
I
No,
wouldn't
he'd have to
put
hit
him
more than
there.
that because you got to score 36. You said over 35, didn't you?
Well, he's going to get fouled
It's
out.
it's
One-point play.
realistically, it's 2, maybe with a potential of 3rd. The 3rd potential is Evan Mobley.
Has Evan Mobley ever scored 36?
Yeah, he had 38 against the Rockets last season.
So he's one time he's done it in
That's what I
3
said.
years.
It's 2 that I know can do it, and
Yeah.
it's a 3rd and a potential 3rd. 'Cause
Jared Allen's career high is 30.
Evan
Yeah.
scored that 28, and he looked really good. He could have kept going.
All right.
Evan Mobley had 38 twice, actually,
really?
against the
All right.
Bucks.
Hey, listen,
Yeah,
it's cool if they do. I just look at them as a
know your
balanced team that's
Cavaliers.
not going to do that.
Know your Cavaliers.
right,
I do
Mike.
think also with the Cavs, and then we're going to talk about some other trades that have happened, by the way, because there are some big
Yeah.
non-Cavs trades that affect the Cavs in a sec. The
saw the
way
Knicks made a move.
they made 23 threes against the
Yeah, I couldn't
Kings
see who they
on
got.
Monday.
Yeah.
If they shoot like that, they just have a game where they catch fire. One of these guys could just be a breakout. Like Niang scoring 34, came out of the blue. No one saw that coming.
All right.
So, all right, some trades, by the way.
Yeah.
The New York Knicks acquired Bojan Bogdanovic
That's what I thought that said.
Boy.
from the
Boyan.
Detroit Pistons.
Boyan. It's Boyan.
Boyan.
That's what I thought that
And
said.
Alec Burks in they traded
my
Quentin Grimes and a bunch of
gosh.
second-round picks, but he is another
Alec Burks had
6'8".
been there. Wasn't he originally there?
He's a throw-in.
Yes.
He's a
Yeah,
salary match. Bogdanovich is a good shooter.
Yes,
But they
he
traded
is.
Bogdanovic and Burks for Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, Evan Fournier, Ryan Arcidiacono, and 2 second-round picks. Which
Was Grimes,
They
did he play
them
much
a
for them?
favor.
yeah, Grimes was their starting 2 guard.
They just did the Knicks a favor. That's crazy.
But
Fuck.
it just gives them another 6'8" wing who can
Shooter.
shoot.
Man, they are a
That's it.
huge team, aren't they?
If they're all healthy,
Yeah.
they go Jalen Brunson, who's a small guard, 6'8" Anunoby at the 2, 6'8" Bogdanovic at the 3, 6'9", 6'10" Randall, and 7'1" Mitchell Robinson. That's a
They're
giant,
massive.
and then it's
supersized
And they
team.
bring
Crazy.
Hartenstein off the bench, who's
Hartenstein
7
off
feet.
the bench. They still have Josh Hart, who may be a starter. He's 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, he's a great. He can play any position.
that's-
and then 2 years later they're gonna have
The Knicks-
That's a big team.
They're really good. The
The
Knicks.
the Knicks are matching up with Boston. I think that's
That's exactly what that move is.
they're just trying to match Boston, size for size.
The Knicks are good.
They
I
are
mean,
good.
They're a good team. It's going to
When
be.
do we play them again?
The
I
Knicks
don't know,
schedule, I'm
man.
pulling it up right here.
I don't know that they go back.
but the
I don't
Cat,
know-
you know what? But the
I don't-
Cavs are good too.
March
Yeah, they are.
3rd, by the way, in Cleveland,
Yeah.
March 3rd.
I don't think they go back to New York. I think they're done. I think that's it.
That's the last game in Cleveland, March 3rd on ESPN, nationally televised
Yeah,
game.
I just get
Get
me.
your tickets
I'm
now.
I have come around.
Game time.
And I'm enjoying
time.
the season.
You're
but
watching
I-
every game now.
I'm still looking forward to the playoffs the most. I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
wait to see.
sure. Yeah.
Because it'll be good. I mean, it's pretty competitive. I mean, Boston's obviously the best team, but they're not unbeatable.
Why
No.
would the Pistons do that? That's
Because they got off salary. They
But still, that's like
shed salary.
that's like
I don't understand.
They're like their
Cap
best
space is not
player.
worth what it used to be worth 10 years
Yeah.
ago in the NBA. So I don't understand. I
Well,
mean,
why
yeah,
wouldn't the Cavs have made a similar trade? Would that have made
well,
sense?
they don't have the money to match
Oh, yeah. All
say,
right.
without moving key pieces.
We in a pinch because you got to give up something like
Yeah.
that. You
So, what? Any
won't.
other interesting trades, Mike?
The Hornets sent Gordon Hayward to the Thunder.
What has he
And-
got left in the tank, Gordon Hayward? Do we know?
Not a ton, but he's on the last year of his deal. He's a veteran, and he's a
Yeah.
pretty good shooter, facilitator for the second unit for them. They gave up guys who weren't playing a lot. They gave up Trey
Right.
Mann and Davis Bertans. The
Yeah.
Raptors traded Dennis Schroeder to the Nets for Spencer Dinwiddie, which is essentially just a money-for-money move.
Yeah, who cares about
Thad Young is coming to the Nets with Dennis Schroeder.
All right. Who cares?
Anything else big scrolling through the timeline?
Nothing.
The Wizards, big deal. Daniel Gafford to the Mavericks for Rashawn Holmes and draft compensation.
Why would you even mention that trade? Although Daniel Gafford was kind of kicking Jared Allen's ass
Daniel
for a while
Gafford could
last
play.
night.
Daniel Gafford could play. The Sixers traded Daniel House for a second-round pick in part of that Knicks Pistons swap. The Jazz sent Kelly Olynyk and Ochai Agbaji, former Cavs pick who was traded in part for Donovan Mitchell.
Would Cavs fans cheer for Kelly Olynyk if he were on the team?
No.
Even, but even
Well, I think they would just
Because of the Celtics?
not
They
boo,
hate
but
Kelly.
not cheer. They
Well, Kelly Olynyk like ripped Kevin Love's arm off.
Cleveland
that
fans
year.
I was
feel-
at that game in Boston, by the way. That's the first NBA
Oh,
game
really?
I was
ever
at
got to
that game in
cover.
Boston.
Look,
Were
you
you
guys
really?
could have known each other.
Of course I was. I was a beat writer.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I was interning for Fox 5 in Boston, and it was the
beat
first game.
right.
I
We were probably in the locker room together. Didn't even know.
Oh.
Well, I was in the Cavs locker. Oh, I'll tell you the Cavs locker room story. After
You like
this. I
you
can't
like
say it on
being a
air.
beat
You were in the
writer?
Cavs locker room after the game?
Yeah, I saw something on my eyes I'll never forget.
Oh, boy.
After game one, when Kevin said it was a dirty play, you were in there?
The game where he got his shoulder ripped out. Yeah.
Oh, we were totally in the same room together.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Small
Our
world.
pass crossed early. But yeah, they traded him to Toronto for Kira Lewis, Otto Porter Jr., and a first-round pick.
Cavs fans feel like Kelly Olynyk cost them a championship.
Yeah.
We'll
He
never
did.
forgive him for
Yeah.
that.
He did.
And last one, we talked about the 76ers earlier. I know
Yeah.
you mentioned this quick, but Buddy Hield has been traded from Indiana to Philadelphia for Marcus Morris, Furkman Korkmaz, and 3 second-round
You just
picks.
love reading those trades. It's kind of me with baseball trades. You love it. Because
do.
most
do.
of those were
Did
not
you-
worth
I do.
mentioning.
Did you say that the dude from the Grizzlies, the big center, got traded? That shoot?
Sandy Aldama? No, Simone Fontecchio. of
Yeah.
Utah.
Fontecchio.
Got
Tyvis,
traded
Fontecchio.
yesterday.
Got traded yesterday.
He got
Yeah.
traded yesterday.
Fun.
We got some super chats we're going to get